Hello my dear students. Today we are going to see the topic about flowchart, pseudocode and decision making statements. Flowchart and its symbols. These are the pictorial representation of a task and it gives the visual representation of a program. It is used to represent that how program works and it shows all the steps of process, and these flowcharts are used analyzing, designing, documenting or managing a process or program. So flowchart and the symbols could be used for making the process of the program. So which are the symbols are we going to use it for the flowchart? So symbols, name and function. So start and end we can have a oval represent. Some arrow marks we are going to present it for the connector. Then the parallelogram will be given for input and output statement. The rectangle box will be presenting the process of the statement, and the diamond box which will be represent for the decision making statements. Pseudocode. It is used to express our logic independent of any programming language. Is an informal approach in English like language. No rules to be followed to write the pseudocode. So pseudocode here I have given that the program bigger of 3 numbers. So if I'm giving 3 numbers, how you can find it about that from the 3 which is the biggest number. So how you will write it with the help of the pseudocode. So there is no formal languages. You can use any type of languages, but you have to use some of the commands which is used in our computer language. Example, if, then and end or else. You can use those languages and print. So these are the commands which will be using normally in our computer programming languages. You can use it those words for the pseudocode, and this pseudocode will help us to read some type of program, what the program says to you. Okay, so this is the code which can be express our logic independent of any programming language. So like C++, Python, any programming language, the programmers are used to write the pseudocode, then they draw the flowchart, then only they will get into the program codings. So decision tree. Used a tree-shaped diagram used to determine a course of action, graphical representation of all the possible solution to a decision which is based on some condition. Represent value as true or false. So here we can say the example, should you rent or buy? So if you are going to buy the house, so what is your plan to buy the house? Are you planning to stay for more than 5 years? If you yes, are you at financially stable position? Yes. Can you budget, handle mortgage, taxes, maintenance and other costs? Yes. Then you can go for buying the house. If you are planning to stay for more than 5 years, no, then you can have a budget for staying, maintenance, no, then if you go for the rent. So which one will be to go for your house, like rent or buying the house? So such a condition will be satisfied with a yes, then you have to buy the house. Such a condition, if you are not satisfaction, then you have to rent a house. So this is called as what? Decision. So in our life, everywhere the decision is there. Somewhere we could have say yes, somewhere we could have say no. So as per our yes or no decision only, we have to take the next statement. Advantages and disadvantages. It can be simple to understand and interpret. It can be combined with other decision techniques. So the decision cannot be stopped in one position. It goes to the next statement. It will be unstable, means the small changes in the data can lead to a large change in the structure. Problem is complicated. It is difficult to solve. So if a problem is very complicated in our life, even it is very difficult to find the solution for that problem. Even if we are taking a small decision at that moment, it can be make a large changes in our life too. So when we are making any decision, whether it will be yes or no, our future will be also changes according to that. Okay students. Program control flow. So there are 3 type of program control flow is there: sequence, selection, iteration, or looping. So what is mean by sequence? It is an sequential order, means that one after another without any jump. So there is no jump. Actually it is go like first statement, second statement, third statement, it just goes on. Selection statement means we have to use as a condition to decide which set of statements to be executed between two alternatives. Either it can be executed with the first one or it can be executed with the second one. Iteration or looping, when a certain set of statements need to be executed multiple times in a loop. So when my body of the condition loop become false, then only the program will get stopped. So till the time the loop will be repeatedly executed one after the other. So sequential statement, you can see the flow chart area, which can be entry, action 1 will be done, action 2 will be done, action 3 will be done, then the sequence structure will be getting success. Conditional statements means here you are giving condition. True, then the code will go inside the body. False means it will just come out from the loop. Looping statement. So first we have the initialization, then condition will be checked. True means again it will go for the loop body. If it is false, then it will come out from the loop. So decision making or selection statement. Define the order of execution of statement in a program is known as flow of control. So how we are going to execute our program. Once the program have done, the computer can understand the coding and it will understand the flow of the coding. How it has to execute the program by step. It is dependent on the programming construct used while writing the program. So we cannot just say the coding like you cannot write third line into the first line into the last line. You need to have a flow of the program. Then only the flow of control will be taken care by the computer. So let me take my whiteboard for drawing the flow chart of the decision making statements. So the first one, I'm going to give the addition of two numbers. Addition of two numbers I'm giving. So it's very simple for us. Addition of two numbers. So how many numbers we required? We required two numbers, A and B. And where I want to store is C will be the storage area. So I want to store the result in the C. So how can I draw the flow chart? So I can draw the flow chart. First one, start and then stop. So this will be the oval symbol. So this is the start and I have to write this one as the stop. Now I need to give a input. So input I have to give in the parallelogram. So input I am writing A comma B. So I need to give two values for addition of two numbers. Then the process. So the process is very simple. We need to draw with the rectangle box. C equal to A plus B. The next one, I need to print the output. Print C. So print C, that means I need to get the output. So output also, what is that? Parallelogram. So print C. So now I have to connect with my arrow mark, that is flow of control. Okay, so the flow of control have been done. So this is the flow chart of addition of two numbers. Addition of two numbers, that is A, B storage area. The next one, we are going to see the decision making statements. Okay, decision making box, we are going to use it. Decision making box, we are going to use it to find the odd and even number. To find the odd or even number. Okay. So odd or even number, again I am telling you children, first start and stop. So this is my start and this is my stop. Now I want to give one value. So for giving the value, I need to give an input which is parallelogram. So input number I am giving. One number I have to give. Now I need to have a decision box which is diamond box. If num will be modulus of 2 equal to 0. Okay, equal to 0 means, suppose if I'm giving 23, okay, if I will be divided with me 2, so I will get 1 will be the remainder. That means it's not an odd number. I need to only get 0 as the remainder part. Okay, remainder part I need to get 0 only, because that's why we are using the modulus operator over here. So once the two condition will be coming here, one is yes or no. So it will become yes or it will come no. So when it will be yes, then it will give me a even number as the output. So print even number, or else it will print the odd number. Okay, now I'm connecting with the flowchart symbol. Both will be getting stop. So now it's very clear for me. Start and stop, I am giving input num value. Now I'm checking num should be modulus operator of 2. Okay, modulus operator means what? It will give us the remainder part. It will take the remainder part which has to be only 0. Other than 0, if any number comes, then it will be the odd number. If only 0 comes, that will be the even number. Thank you, students. Hope you understand this flow chart, how to make the flow chart by using such symbols, and we need to know what is pseudocode also. Okay, thank you, students.